How is everybody? Today we're gonna be playing some Violet and Grinding still. So we're gonna put on turn off this music because it's probably blaring in your ears, which I like. That's why I have it. It's loud. I like the loud. I like it. Anyways, I'll be paying more attention to streams from now on to make sure everything's going the way I want it to. So yeah, it's gonna get harder and harder. So I'm going to invest in another device. If you would like to help with that, that'd be cool. Rumble chat. But it's not needed, obviously, because I need a laptop anyways. Mine's, for lack of a better word, done. Fucking done. It's just done. It was a good laptop when I bought it. It wasn't like gaming or anything. It was just a normal laptop, but it was a good laptop when I bought it. And it's just getting old. So, let's start this. And I also need to upgrade my desktop, too. Another thing that I forgot. The boot. Actually, I did want to check something really quick. On YouTube. It is public. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Let's just get this going then. We're gonna use, what do these moves do exactly? Okay. The water gun's not gonna be very fun, but sludge bomb will. Very laggy right now. I wonder why. I guess because of the wind and the trees and whatnot. My internet's acting goofy shit again. I forgot to give him the egg. The egg. The egg of importance. That's okay. So I couldn't really think of any topics to talk about, but let's just see. If anyone's got one, you can definitely throw it at me in the chat. It could be anything, or something that, especially if I know anything about it. I don't even need to use it. Anyways, hey, Gold Duck, we're gonna fight again. Let's see if I can think of a topic that's interesting. What is an interesting topic? As I go check the news to see if there's anything interesting fucking going on in the world that isn't retarded. Which, that isn't true ever. Oh, this whole Gamergate 2.0 thing, that's interesting. I do like the context of that. So if you're too young to remember, or you don't know because you were just that young, let's talk about it. So Gamergate was, no matter how much you've probably been lied to about it, the reality is Gamergate was a movement to stop journalists from, or games journalists, to stop being playing favorites. And the big problem with that was that we had a female developer fuck a dude and get mad because he didn't rate the game as high as she hoped. Then everybody said, well, why are you doing that? And everybody was getting mad about it. All the gamers were getting mad about it. So that's how it's all sparked. You can call it misogyny. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. It was a dumb hoe being a dumb hoe causing problems in the gaming community as a whole. So that's the end of the discussion. I'm not going to argue about that. It's what it was. But no, they put a spin on it, of course. It's misogynistic. It's just a bunch of misogyny guys. It's just a bunch of bros. It's like, bitch, we just wanted people to do normal fucking journalism on ratings and shit, or give us decent ratings. Now, we all know the big companies are going to get good ratings no matter what. because they're in the pockets of all the journalists. But like, this was an indie dev, so like, there was no reason for that at a fucking all. Obviously, their game wasn't good. I don't even know if they ever released it. I'm still confused about that. Anyways, brief summary. Gamers got mad. People were being hoes. Women got mad. They got caught. Woman got caught. Woman mad because she got caught being a hoe. And I'm not just calling her a hoe. The guy who fucked her's a hoe too. The reality is that whole narrative is the whole narrative that it was just straight blatant misogyny or whatever. Fine, you can say that. I don't care if that's what you actually fucking think. But you're wrong, and I'm not going to argue with you about it. If your mind hasn't been changed yet since 2013, then I'm not going to change your mind, and I really don't give a fuck about you. You're probably a dumb fucking feminist that deserves nothing but the wall because you've ruined society so bad with your stupid feminism that no guy wants to deal with women at all in the West. So, no normal guy. So, like, that's all I have to say to you. Anyways, now, there's this whole, what was it? Sweet Baby Inc. There was a company called Sweet Baby Inc. that was going into companies and pushing this social justice. Everything is homophobic. We have to point out everything that's homophobic, racist, sexist, whatever. First off, the word homophobia makes no fucking sense. Because I've had it explained to me twice. Where did it come from and why does it exist? So and I've talked to gays about this. Both all kinds of gays, whether you're bisexual, gay, or whatever. They say they're afraid of gay people. That's not, some people say that, some gays say they're afraid of gay people. It's like, that's not true. I'm not afraid of gay people at all. But you would call me homophobic because I see gay as completely fucking worthless. Being gay is completely fucking worthless. With that said, yeah, the reality is it's not. No straight dude. What's up? No straight dude. Thank you. No straight dude is afraid of a gay dude. Unless, like, you're talking about some guy who's gay and fights. Yeah, most normal guys are going to be not afraid of him, but don't want to fight him because he fights for a living. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, go check out the art. But point being, we're back to this whole Gamergate situation thing again because of this company called Sweet Baby Inc. that was going into major developers and even smaller developers that were pushing a quote-unquote social justice narrative, which just means no white dudes allowed. No straight white dudes allowed, and that's fine. But here's something. That's like the majority of your fan base of any video game, especially in America. If you're an American company and you're not making video games that white males don't want to play, you're gonna fail. So one of the biggest problems we learned is that they helped out with that new Suicide Squad game that fucking bombed. So like, yeah, I forget who did that game, but do you feel great about your stupid social justice narrative? I mean, you destroyed probably one of the games that would be considered in a lot of social circles that could have actually been progressive, but instead you put this stupid bent on it that was retarded. And actually progressive, not progressive in the sense of the way they say it's progressive. But, yeah. That is kind of insane. And now there's a whole thing going on about it. Now there was a whole group with that involved. And the reason it's happening again is because there was another group. They were pointing this out on Steam. And they were pointing out what games to stay the fuck away from. Because these people had something to do with it. And they got banned. From Steam because I guess people flagged them or whatever. I don't know how it actually went. I don't know enough about it to actually make a judgment on who did what wrong or whatever. What I will say is that You took a game that should have probably been a really good, I would say superhero, but anti-super villain hero game thing. Anyways, point being, I don't know enough about Suicide Squad or any of that to know their actual, thing, what they do. I don't have a Discord. I can't add you on Discord, but people can if they want. There's a reason I don't have a Discord, and I know a lot of people who have a Discord that probably shouldn't. But unless it's been cleaned up, I will never be on Discord. Ever. Sorry. If you don't know, then you don't know. But I can run down that real quick too if you want me to. But the social progressive group, CVB Inc., got pissed because there was a group on Steam that was saying, hey, these people had something to do with it, and blah, 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 and, like, that's why the game failed. That specific game failed, or other games they had influence on failed. Now, I know that the Suicide Squad game did fail for sure. I don't know about the other games. I don't know enough. I didn't do a deep dive on this. Just from what I'm hearing, though, it sounds like another Media Sarkeesian type group, like Feminist Frequency, came by, did something that people didn't like, and now... hold on one second. What? But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And if you don't know, Media Sarkeesian group failed and continues to fail with everybody else that was attached to it. And people are calling it a win. The people on the right, quote unquote, or people that you would consider part of the right, or just people who just didn't want that shit in their video games, they're calling it a win. I don't see a win because every major fucking company's doing it. They're pushing the social justice bullshit. And that's not a win. Sorry. They may have failed, but they failed and still won. Like, I don't see 3 AAA games going back on their social justice narrative. I don't see it happening. So, I mean, there's some that never had it, which is fine. But there are some that did do it and aren't turning back on it, and still haven't, by the way. One being Gears of War. That's why I stopped playing that game. Gears of War 5, I was not interested in because you gave us a game with Marcus Phoenix's son, and then we never got to see any more of him but for the beginning of that game, and it annoyed the piss out of me. So I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this game. So I wanted to stick with the same person we had the last game because he was linked to Marcus Phoenix. He was in that game the main character, and I want to continue that. I'd rather it go down the family line like that than anything else. But on a side note, we saw what happened when you do this whole woke progressive bullshit with Bud Light. We saw it with Doritos for a couple days until they fired that dumb trans retard, and moved on to doing other things. That would be Pepsi Company or Frito-Lay, who owns Pepsi Company, who's owned by Pepsi Company. Whoever owns Pepsi Company probably as well. I'm not saying they do own it. I'm just saying I don't know if it's a same business or if they have someone who owns them. Yeah, so we're starting to see this more and more with everyday products, but we're not seeing it in gaming. And I have a really big suspicion, that it's because the quote-unquote right, or the people who would have been right-wing, stopped playing video games because of the bullshit and never came back. Funny enough, though, gaming is making a bunch of money. It's either people don't care or the right people don't care. And that's what I'm starting to think. The right people for the companies to market to don't care. Well, a lot of their marketing isn't based on this SJW bullshit, and I think that's why they trick a lot of people into buying this shit. I really do think that. Like, it's the dumbest shit. No one wants to talk about. No one wants to see that shit when they're playing video games, trying to escape from the fucking world. That's literally what video games are for, to relieve stress and do something different. That for most guys, anyways, especially, that isn't real life. Because for a lot of guys, real life sucks. A lot of guys, real life sucks, and they need some kind of outlet to escape to, whether it be video games, which I don't recommend be your primary, but you do you, or working out, or martial arts, or a hobby, another hobby of some sort. Yeah, it's pretty real. You know what I mean? And guys do try to find a way to escape because life does suck for most guys. It doesn't matter if you're good looking. I mean, that helps, but it doesn't matter if you're good looking, you're ugly, you're fat, you're skinny. All guys go through shit, and nobody cares about it, which is fine. That doesn't bother me. But then we're treated like complete and total shit because nobody cares about it. And the only people we're usually not treated about shit by is our own friends, usually male family members. And I'll give you a prime example of this pretty simply. I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s. Most kids that I grew up with, we were middle class. We weren't super rich. We weren't upper middle class. We were like middle class, like middle class. Most of our families, you were considered an adult when you were due at 13 to 14. At that point, there is no help. You can ask for help, but a lot of the people that I grew up with, and this is never really talked about. By the time you hit 14, you're usually, in your parents' eyes, an adult. Unless you're just the baby, essentially. And usually they're just with the mom. That's where I get kind of confused and annoyed. All these people talk about, you know, these women that get affected by their household, whether it be their father or mother or you know, and some people, and look, I'm fine with the way that is, to be honest. I can make an argument from which there's a partial argument that isn't true. Not completely true, but true enough to where I think that's actually the case right now, which is 14 to 25. I can make an argument for every single fucking one of those to be illegal right now. And the reason I can make a legal assumption is because, even a legal argument for it, is that we give teenagers privileges they probably shouldn't have, but we've agreed that we should give it to them, which is fine, and I don't have a problem with giving them those privileges. For instance, like working. Yeah. If you're working, I don't care what anyone says, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. That's legal, like, as an adult. End of discussion. Like, you should be able to vote. Do I agree with younger people voting? Not really. I don't agree with most people voting, period. But if we're going to have a standard of when you're an adult, you can vote, well, according to you, because you do pay taxes, you might get most of it back as a teenager. I know I sure as hell fucking didn't. Or you work under the table or something, that's fine. But, like, as far as I'm concerned, if you're being taxed, you should be able to vote. Period. I think voting's stupid, but they don't let 14 to 18-year-olds or 14 to 17-year-olds vote, whether they work or don't. And that's kind of fucked. If you're going to take my money, that's literally taxation without representation. That's what that is. So you can make the argument that it's not. It is. No matter which way you slice it, it fucking is. That's why I don't like the current voting situation at all. It has nothing to do with who wins or who loses. It's just based on principles of the current legal system's base. And it's kind of weird that we live in a world where people who can work and pay taxes can't vote. And to be honest, I think there's a lot of things that we should talk about around that. Voting and stuff, and people don't want to talk about it because it's mean. I don't think women should vote, period. And it's not because women make stupid choices or I think lesser of women. No, it's because they're not conscripted to military service. If something goes to shit, they should go. They should not be able to vote. Someone should not be allowed to vote to put me into a war or any other person into a war if they are abstained from that war. And this is where the caveat can come in. Unless we change it back to women can't vote, or we change it back to whoever voted for the person that started the war has to go to war first. And the person who was voted in that pushed that war has to go to war. So anyone in the government, anyone who voted for the people in the government that voted for these people to say, yes, we're going to war, needs to go to war with these people. That includes the president. That includes congressmen, senators, all that. They all go to war if it passes, as long as they voted for it. Now, if a senator or a congressman didn't vote for it, as in they voted no or just abstained completely, they don't have to go. Same with anyone who didn't vote for the people in their constituency. Didn't vote for them, they give it a constituency. And I say first because a war can turn out to an all-out slugfest. But the reality is they should be the only ones that go to war. And once they die, we give up. The only time I see war as acceptable is if you're defending your own land. Like that, your own country. That's the only time I ever see it acceptable. I never see war acceptable when you have to... I don't see any war acceptable, period, where you have to go overseas, period. No, I don't. You can say allies, you can say all this other bullshit. Well, first off, 240-something years ago, we fought a war and not give a fuck about that side of the world. So let's start there. Oh, now we all of a sudden care about Europe. Fuck Europe. Why are we there to fix them? Fuck that. They can go fuck themselves. Who cares? Same with the Middle East, same with everywhere else. I do have a valid argument that we did start the stupid shit in some cases, like within the Middle East and all that. But okay, I'll grant you that. That doesn't mean I should. That doesn't mean me or anyone else should have to go to war when they didn't agree with it in the first place. That's where the other voting part comes in. No, I'm not saying this is a perfect way to do it. I'm not saying that at all. Do not catch me at... Please don't catch me out of context on this. There is no perfect way to do it. But I'll tell you right now, that isn't a perfect way. Or that is... That... I need something better, is what I'm saying. Like, I need better results. Like... For me to give a... Like, I told someone the other day, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it right now. I live in the United States. Today, if Russia and China decided to attack the United States, not saying it's going to happen, would never say it's going to happen, but if they decided to attack and successfully get onto the main continent of the United States, the lower 48 as they call it, or the upper 48 if you're, I guess technically you're in the South. The reality is that I wouldn't defend this country. And there's a specific reason why, and everybody's going to hate me when I say this. I want vengeance, but since I'm not allowed to be violent according to our laws for some fucking reason, which, by the way, I'm not against violence ever. I'll follow your laws, that's fine. But I'm not helping you when something fucked up happens. That's just the way it goes. Like, it's just like in real life. You know what I mean? You try to help. Let's say you had a good friend from high school, right? And, you know, when he was let's say 21, he started doing heroin. He got addicted to heroin and all that shit. And you're like, you know, I'm gonna help him. Or he asked you for help because he's like, I need to stop. So you know, You help him. You help him the best you can, whichever way that may be. Maybe put him in rehab. Maybe do it at home rehab. Whatever it may do, and you try it. A couple times. Let's say 3 to 4 times. Are you gonna continue helping that person? At least as a dude, most dudes wouldn't continue to help with that person, and the reason is because they don't want help. They say they do, but they don't. And with this country, I've come to the point to where, to me, voting does nothing. I'm not represented at all, even in half my values. The only ones that come close are libertarians, and I don't even like them. So, because half of them are retarded, and the other half are just leave everybody alone, man. Well, that doesn't work. We've tried that the past 100 years in the United States. And it seems to not work. So, like, and I'm not shitting on libertarians. I'm not. I actually like them more than the right or the left. But then again, you have people on the left saying libertarians are just conservatives. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, libertarians are just as bad as the left in a lot of aspects. They just want to essentially roll with the punches instead of actually fight back against anything. And when they do fight back against things, they suck at it. They don't really give any good, compelling arguments to the normies of the world at all to understand or care about. Now, that's changed a bit because they're starting to get more, I guess, quote-unquote, hip people to start being libertarians. But even I have doubts about their whole entire thing because I don't believe them. That's the thing, right? Like, I don't believe a lot of these people. I don't believe that's what they actually believe. The other day, I've a couple weeks ago, one of my friends were talking about this kind of stuff, politics, and just like the way things are and how shitty the country is right now. That like, why should I try to help? Like, why? No one's giving me a reason. Not Trump, not Biden, not the Libertarian candidate who I can't remember his fucking name now because he's making zero noise, which I think is on purpose, via the media. But I think that's the case for every Libertarian candidate. But at the same time, I mean, the only thing it's just so annoying. Everything about it is annoying. Like, I don't know how people deal with politics all the time. So I would just try not. That's why I try not. I'll talk about it on here. I'll give my opinions or whatever, and say I think all of it's fucking stupid, and even go into depth in why I think it's stupid. By the way, I think it's stupid because I don't think there should be, essentially, a court system that holds people accountable when they feel like it. Because that's what happens in America. Like, people act like the court system is just and fair. It's not. I'll give you a prime example right now. Guys have gone to jail for rape and murder that have never done either of those things. Point blank, period. 90%, unless there's, I will say this, unless there's camera footage of some sort, whether it be a picture or a video of the person being at the scene of the crime, every other bit of evidence is circumstantial. Unless they were actually caught in the act by other people. And or a camera and or a picture. And there's a lot of cases in recent history with involving murder specifically. Like, I know that person did it, but you don't have any evidence to prove he did it. Or she did it. And I think that's one of the biggest problems nowadays, and I think that's why there's lawfare a lot of the time and all this other fucking shit. It's like, you guys don't actually ever prove anything. Because 9 times out of 10, all your evidence is circumstantial. But you still convict the guy or the woman. No, I want hard proof. I want some kind of hard proof. Some kind of hard proof. Sometimes I see this supposed hard proof, and it's literally not actual hard proof. Like, it's kind of disgusting. It's annoying. I want, like, solid proof. Solid proof that they did that to you. Now, I'm not saying that something bad happened, that someone did something wrong. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't hear it out, but I want proof before anyone's convicted and sent to jail. And there's a lot of cases that I've seen in recent history where that just isn't the case. Actually, a famous one, the Murdoch case. Look, I'll tell you right now, I think that guy did it. But there's literally no evidence that he did it. It's all circumstantial. It's all circumstantial. And I'm not sitting here saying I stick up for the guy and say he's an upstanding citizen or anything, but I will sit here and say this. It's all circumstantial evidence. Can we actually be adults about this and realize that that isn't real? Circumstantial evidence isn't real. So, you sit there and tell me I'm wrong, that's cool, but it's not real. I'll even give you eyewitnesses, and eyewitnesses are horrible cases on the stand. They're fucking horrible usually. I'm dead serious. Like me, it would be very simple if I was in a case where I was an eyewitness to something. This is what I saw. Any other questions that don't pertain to what I think about it is completely is completely irrelevant. I watched this person do this thing. That's what happened. Whether it's legal or illegal does not matter to me. Most laws are illegal anyway. A lot of laws are illegal. Not most, but a lot. Every gun law is illegal. Every single fucking gun law is illegal in the United States of America, because no law is supposed to supersede the Constitution, and according to what you would call precedent or precedence or whatever the fuck it is, that law would stand today, which means I could literally own a nuke. I wouldn't own a nuke because I think nukes are fucking horrible and they should have never been invented. But yes, I do believe people should be allowed to use a nuke. And the only argument I've heard against it is that we shouldn't allow people to have nukes. That's it. And they don't give any actual reason besides that people will die. But then when you say, well, there's a reason why we haven't launched nukes yet, like after World War I or II, World War II. There's a reason why nobody else has done it after that, because we realized that it was really dumb to do so. That's what it comes down to. Because it doesn't just fuck up a city, you know. It literally fucks up that whole everything. It fucks up everything. The people in the city itself, all that shit. Like, we can argue about it, but it's the same argument I have why everybody else has for the people having nukes. Still. Government's having nukes still. It's mutual destruction. It's like, dude, that's literally the same argument I just gave you. You don't want nukes to be gone. You don't. You really don't right now. The problem is that everybody's at a standstill, because it's the same thing where I think I have a problem. I'm not disarming myself, whether it's legal or not. So, like, you can disarm yourself first. If you want me disarmed, you can disarm yourself first. That's what's going to happen here. And if you don't like that situation, tough shit. Like, that's the reality of it. People get mad about that stuff, but that's the reality, man. I'm not disarming myself so everybody else can take fucking advantage. That includes cops. I'll get shot at before I put my gun down from a cop. I don't care. I don't. Now, you can put your gun down first, and I will put my gun down. Because I'm not getting shot for dropping my gun. Or putting it on the ground. So... I don't like the police either. I think they're fucking worthless, and I think they all deserve to be hung. Because all of them, every single one of them, enforce unconstitutional rights. And I'm going by the laws of the land. I'm not going by my own morals. I'm going by the current laws on the books of the land. All amendment breaking laws, which includes every gun law, is illegal and null and void. They're null and void. They're not real. It's been said about the freedom of speech. It's been said about Second Amendment. It's been said about every amendment that there is that has to do with people's rights. That includes the right to a speedy trial, the right to a trial at all of it. Reading the literature on this stuff isn't hard to comprehend. And again, most of you have the reading comprehension of a fucking 3-year-old. So, that's why I hate when people who say shit about this religion book or this religion book, this religion's book. They're just fucking wrong already, because I already know they took a 3-year-old path to get there. Same with every other book. When someone says it's good, it's usually bad. It's usually bad. No, it's good because your reading is that of a whatever-year-old, of an adult. Comprehension isn't as an adult, and I don't even believe reading comprehension is really that hard. And I'm dyslexic, so. Sometimes I have to read a sentence twice before I even understand it, because I'll split words in half that aren't supposed to be split in half and shit like that while I'm reading it, but then I'll go back over it. If that doesn't make sense, then go back over it. Actually scrutinize what I just read, because I have to for my own sake. You know, the government sucks. All of it. Doesn't matter what government you're talking about. They all suck. So, you know, all you Canadians shilling for your government, all you Brits shilling for your government, you guys, your government sucks too. Your government's probably just as bad, if not worse, than the U.S. government. So, you really don't have any moral high ground. You just don't. Because that whole competition comes up in every debate. Well, England did this. I don't give a fuck what England did. We fought a war against them to get the fuck away from them. Why should I give a fuck what England does, ever? Alright, the fact that we decided to be friends with them again annoys the piss out of me. When I actually think about it. We should have never became friends again. I don't care if their government was completely fucking different. And I actually like British people. Well, some. But the reality is, we live in a country, we live in two countries that are both fucking shitty as fuck, and then they sit there and argue about what's better. Like, dude, they're both shitty. They're both garbage. And the reason they're garbage is we have other people tell us what we can and cannot do. Sorry, I don't need a piece of paper or anyone else tell me what I can and cannot do morally, because I don't contrive my morals from somebody else. I actually sit there and think about my morals and why I think it's bad. That's why I don't find violence to be bad in a lot of cases. Because violence isn't bad in a lot of cases. If someone punches me in the face, I'm going to be violent back. That's just the... It's an obvious reaction that should never be shunned and has been in this country and other countries for a long time now. And it's disgusting. You're not allowed to defend yourself, essentially, or you're a bad person. What? On what fucking planet does that make sense? On what fucking planet does that make sense? Next, I'll be taking deer antlers away so mountain lions can't get them. Or their legs so they can't run away from them. I mean, that's just the way I fucking see it. It's just dumb. And people get mad at me for it. That's fine. Be mad. I don't care, dude. You don't hurt my feelings at all. You don't need a piece of paper where people tell me what my fucking rights are. Legally speaking, probably, just because I'm not exactly the most... I'm not a lawyer. But having talked to lawyers, both in different fields, from constitutional law to divorce law, criminal law, and fiduciary law, I guess it's called, or financial law, maybe. Financial law, yeah. Yeah, most laws are illegal. From what I'm hearing from all of them. By the way, it's illegal to not file your taxes. It's not illegal to not pay them. They can make you pay them, but they really can't lock you up for it. Like, they can if you have a shit lawyer, but that's the whole reason. Like, it's kind of funny. Someone was talking about this the other day on Twitter. They called the specifically the Al Capone case of tax evasion a success because it got someone off the streets that was causing physical violent harm to other people. I'm like, yeah, but if you had to go that route, you're telling me you had to go that route to catch the guy who was killing people? That sounds like you're bad at doing what you do, which would be the cops in this case and the courts. But, like, if you're that bad at what you do, why should he go to jail? Honest question. I've never heard an honest answer to it, by the way. Same with Rico stuff. I mean, there were people calling for people to say something that has to do with Rico, with Trump, and I'm like, guys, if you can't get him on actually anything, then why are you going to go with Rico? Like, no offense, it's a really dumb idea. That means you can't actually get him on the things that you're claiming. Which means you're either lying, or he's just that good. Which means you need to step up your fucking game. I'm dead ass serious too. Like, the police, if they want to be a force for good, they need to step up their game on investigations. Because a lot of the investigations that I've seen in court are literally bullshit. It's all circumstantial evidence, and the fact that anyone goes to prison for that is completely fucking insanity. Complete and total fucking insanity. You have to prove it to me. If I have a shadow of a doubt, not a doubt, a shadow of a doubt, that person is not guilty. So, but I'm going based off of my own principles, not what everybody says is American principles, which is supposed to be American principles as far as guilt is concerned, but it's not. In America, it's proven it's guilty until proven innocent. It really is. Anyone saying it's not, so. So people get mad at me for my opinion on that. It's like, dude, like, look, I knew the guy in the murder trial. He did. I think he did it, but I don't know he did it. And that should be the standard, but it's not. It's not the standard. It's not the standard anymore. It has never been. Like, I was on jury duty once, right? And I actually put my hand up on why I would not be able to be a juror and said, I have a different moral value system than what current America has. And the judge said expound on it. I was like, I actually have to be proven that they actually did it. Like, this can't be circumstantial evidence at all, because even if I think he did it and it's circumstantial, I'm not gonna call him guilty. And that's just the reality of the whole thing. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah. I was like, the way that we're supposed to do things around here. But that's not how society is now. You can sit there and argue with me that's how society is, Judge, but you're just wrong. Like, I'll just tell you right now, you're wrong. So, because that was in what, 2020? It was 2016, 2017? One of those two times. Anyways, point being, I had jury duty. I went for a day. It was a pretty clean shut case. There was video evidence of a guy breaking into something. The charge we were trying to get rid of, which wasn't the theft charge, because he did steal from there, was the breaking and entering charge, but he literally broke the door to get in, and that to me is breaking and entering, no matter which way you slice it. So, now if the door was open, I could argue maybe it isn't breaking and entering, but by law it is breaking and entering. I could argue, but he definitely broke and entering. Like, he broke into the fucking... And I'm not going to name names or anything because it's really none of my business anymore, but that was a clean and shut case. Like, if it wasn't that clean and shut, because they have video evidence from 2 different angles, and it was the guy, the video evidence was more clear than... Like, was pretty fucking clear. It wasn't like it was a pixelated shitty video from an old security system. No, it was like a more modern one that wasn't pixelated or shitty looking. I mean, obviously the camera's not the best looking. I'm not going to say it has the best coloration or anything like that. But it was that guy's facial features, so... And unless he's got a twin or something... Well, again, he's admitting to the theft. So, he's admitting to the theft, but fighting the breaking and entering charge. That was the whole thing. And I said, well, he's guilty of both. So, why? Did he have them? Did he have the money on him? Because you didn't see that, though. You did not see that. So I could have, if he would have went with the theft case, I probably would have, because I didn't see him walk out with anything. But they only showed the part where he was breaking in. So maybe that's a problem. They show him come in and go back out and talk to the guy that he was with. That's what they did. That's what he did. They didn't show the whole thing. So they probably could have got, if they didn't have video evidence of him walking out of there with something, I probably wouldn't have voted guilty. But then again, breaking and entering is kind of a myth of guilt stealing anyways, especially in a place where money is held, things like that. I'm not a genius. I don't think I know law. I don't know law. I say that all the time. But from what I've heard, from what I've talked to people about, from what I've been told, when I ask questions, I get answers that I either do want to hear, or even if I don't want to hear them, I still need to hear them. Hello, what's up? Obama. How are you today? I'm just talking about bullshit. Just bullshitting while grinding some Pokemon level. That's all. Then you have people who like, no, you can't talk about this topic because you're not this or that. It's like, dude, there's freedom of speech, man. You don't get to say I can't talk about something because I don't know everything. Just to finish out the game and pretty much the whole game and the DLC. Just getting it up to 80. Figure that's the max level for everything. So I've got Penny to fight, the Elite Four to fight. What's his name? your buddy that makes sandwiches. I forget his fucking name now. If I remember correctly, I might be wrong on this, but if I remember correctly, the Elite Four and the Indigo Disc, I think, but it might have been 85. But by the time we get to the Indigo Disc, we should have enough levels. Now I'm just finishing up. I got all the Dragos to grind, except for one apple, and that's for the candy apple. And yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the only thing we don't have grinding up. But all the other, we got Flapple, Appleton, all the ones that are available in this game and the DLC. Of course, you got a Dragon Egg. Of course, you got a, Hexorus, all the dragons, all of them. Even the ones that aren't dragons to begin with, and become dragons. Like, what's it called? Skrelp, which is Draglia, whatever the fuck it's called. Oh shit, Sluggo. Hold up. I need this. Slugoo, come here. No. Come here. You gotta evolve. One fucking level right now. Hopefully candy works. I don't think it does, but we're gonna try. Do I have any rare candies? It doesn't look like... Oh, wrong thing. Yes, I do. I have 9. Oh, thank God. Let's hopefully this gets him evolved. That's the one thing I was waiting for, too. Dude, you know what's funny? In this same area, I was doing the same thing my Scarlet playthrough. And I was grinding a couple levels for the fighting Team Star person. I think it's a chick. I can't remember. But I was sitting here doing that, and I got a shiny Dratini that popped up when I was fighting a Golduck. And I was like, ah, run everyone. It's just like, kill it. Kill it. Catch it. Catch it. Catch it now. It was a very, Alright. Yes. Thank you, Goodra. Now we got the Goodra boy. Alright, so we're going to put you back in the box and we'll level you up later, Goodra. But we got Hexorus on the thing. So right now, we got we have to get these guys too, Tatsugiris, which are lower. We got Skrelp, Hydreigon, for Excalibur, Hexorus, Dragonite, Groudon, Roaring Moon, Garchomp. Why do I have that Citadel? That was the one you could claim. Now I remember. Altaria, Appleton. They're really high because I just left them in for no reason. And then we have, what do we have left? Flapple. Not that guy. And the Tatsugiris. And these guys. And Hydreigon. So. No. Isn't your turn yet, Goodra? Not your turn at all. That would be epic, though, if I saw, like, anything shiny, really. I'll take anything. The only thing that's really going to fuck with me is Scyther, because their arms... It's just like their arms. And it's kind of annoying, actually. That's the only thing that's really going to fuck with me. I probably walked... That was the wrong Pokemon. I'm supposed to get Hexorus, you dumb shit. Not Hydreigon. Hydreigon's at level 80, isn't he? Yeah. Or she, in this case. Should've just bred until I got males only. All males. So there's like, I'm gonna come over here and fuck with you, but you can't because I'm in the middle of a battle, you weirdo. Oh yeah, after that. But yeah, just grinding some levels to get to where I don't need to level up anything, really, essentially. To finish out the game. And then I gotta do the Area 0 stuff. I have all the Pokemon, I just need Myriadon, the one that you catch. Not the one that you ride. That's all I need, man. I'll show you the Pokedex. Well, you can only have... So, because I have all the different forms, too, you can only have 2 of the Pokedex of the 3 that are in this game. So, right now, I have 2 of the Pokedex. I have the entirety of the Paldea Index, except for some Pavilions. Let's see. Some Pavilions. Trying to think of what else I don't. Aqua Breed Tauros, I don't have that, which is in this game. I have to go get one. And I'll do that eventually. I'll probably do it before I head over to the DLC areas. The different forms of Sinistea and Poltergeist, I mean. I have to get the book to get the rest of these Rotoms. Done. Then, what else did I have? Obviously, the Pokedex from the... What you call it? Yeah, for this one, all I need is Myriadon. And, what was this? Oh. Drago Boy. The Dragon Cat. What the fuck is his name? It doesn't matter. Point is, I need Myriadon for here, and my Koraidon's here. I also need... There was another Pokemon I needed that had a different form. That was random. Oh, the Poltergeist and the Poltergeist and Sinistea. I need their different forms too. But yeah, I've got everything else. You know. Eventually, I'll work on it. The other forms. But we should be good to go. After I beat Violet, that's the main reason I'm beating Violet is for Myriadon. Extra legendaries too. I'll be getting the Snake Pokemon. I'll be getting the extra legendaries from the DLCs. All that stuff. Now, the only thing I do really need is Walking Wake and Iron Leaves. But since I don't do anything besides collect, like I don't really do raids in this game. I hate them. They're bad. They were bad in the last game. They're bad in this game. Really, the only thing I like, because the problem is with raids, unless you're working with a team, it kind of sucks. That it kind of sucks. I know you can. There's Pokemon that can solo it, but I don't want to build that. I just don't. I gave it a try. I didn't care enough afterwards. And I don't even know if they're ever going to come back. Eventually, they will, I'm sure. What they should do is you should have an in-game event before the next generation comes out. But Pokemon Legends ZA looks really good. That's what I'm waiting for. I have to finish Legends. I have to finish Sword and Shield's Pokedexes. I have to finish Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I got a lot of stuff to finish, so I'll be playing for a long time. Before even any new games. I'm hoping to get at least the majority of the stuff I want done. So Scarlet and Violet, completely finished. Have every single Pokemon and their different forms. If they have different forms. And I want to go on and do the same thing with Sun and Moon. And I want to go on and do the same... Or not Sun and Moon. Sorry, I'm thinking of DS times. I want to go on with... do that with Sword and Shield. And I also want to do it with Arceus. Legend. So, which helps because I'm going to need the different forms from Arceus Legends that are Hussein forms as well. So, there's that. There's going to be a lot of time sunk into this for Pokedex Complete. My main living dex complete. Which will be in Home. And eventually I want to get a male and a female version of everything as well. So, like have both. So, a legit complete Pokedex. And then also I want to move on to Shinies, which I'm mostly working on Pokemon Go. Same with Pavilion. Like Pavilion, that's what I'm working on in Pokemon Go. So obviously that and stuff. I need a few mythicals / legendaries that I never got a hold of. Aurora is one of them. Not the little guy with that little fox thing. The I forget how to say his name. I don't even know if I'm saying it. It's Aurora or something like that. Whatever the fuck his name is. The electric cat thing. Anyways, that thing. And I don't have the monkey one. I forget what that's called altogether. I miss those. I straight up miss those. If anyone has any that they can trade, if it's available to trade on GTS, that'd be great. Like extras or whatever from the events. That would be cool, but it is what it is. There's really nothing I can do about it right now. I'll eventually get them when and if they're tradable, or when they release them for an event. But from what I can tell, at least, unless things turn around, from what I can tell is that there's a lot of old stuff that they don't want to keep around. And they only do it because it's fan favorites, which they really should be focusing on that. They shouldn't be focusing on slimming down stuff. They need to bring back the national decks. They really do. I would fail at it right now because I don't have every Pokemon from every generation. But I would like to see that eventually in the games. I just want one national dex certificate again. Just one. Because my last one was Gen 3. And that's because my battery died before Gen 4 came out in it. Because I played it a lot. And I stopped playing it for a long time. I pretty much caught all the Pokemon, did all the stuff. In Emerald. All the Pokemon that I needed for Gen 3, from Gen 3. I had all the Pokemon from Gen 1 and 2. I had every version of every game except for right now Sword. And then when Gen 4 came out, I just gave up on doing the national decks because I was busy at the time. So, completing the national decks, or completing the Gen 4 decks in general. This is the first one I've completed since Gen 4. These Pokedexes are the first ones I completed since Gen 4. Which is in Scarlet, because the Miraidon that I used was my son's extra Miraidon, the one that you catch. And, yeah. That's what oh, he's at level 80 already. After this, we'll switch out people. Switch them out. And then we'll go to the next game. Or next grind. My only problem with Pokemon is they don't do what I want them to do. Which I know sounds selfish or whatever, but it's like, dude, I played the game for a reason. And the reason is to collect all the Pokemon. That's the only reason I play it. So, what that all entails depends on what the game is. Like, if I have to buy 2 versions of a game and collect all the Pokemon that way, that's the way I gotta do it. Or trade with other people or whatever, you know? I'm not sitting here telling people they can't enjoy the game the way I enjoy it. You know, like the people who like to battle, who like to just play through the game. You know? People who like to battle, they can do their thing. Nothing against them. Nothing against people who are essentially breeders for competitive and things like that. You guys do you. I'm not against it at all. But with that said, I kind of want the things that I liked back too. Like, I want the national decks back. Everybody complains. They didn't want the national decks because they didn't complain about it during Gen 7. Guess who did complain about Gen 7? Me. You're not gonna see it on like a public forum because I don't really do that to begin with. But Pokemon's looking brighter right now. Looks like the only national dex that's going to be in existence is going to be the... At least for the moment. Oh shit, that's a wrong move. He's going to knock him in outer space. Anyways. That animation. That's so dumb. And I'm not shitting on the Pokemon Company at all. I'm not. I'm just saying they need to do better. Come on. I know there's a lot of Pokemon. Add them through DLC. See, if they were actually intelligent, like for real intelligent, they would do the same thing that all the MMOs do as far as like not paying for play, not pay to play, but what they would do is probably just add a $60 DLC every year, every 2 years. You make a game, start in Kanto or the new generation, whatever the next generation is going to be, right? And then you would just do that, and then like go back to Kanto or go backwards. You can go to Gen 9, Gen 7, or Gen 8, or 7, backwards, whatever. If you did that, I think a lot of Pokemon fans would be a lot happier with the product, just in general, because you can say our next region is going to come out in 2 years. And everybody will have the money set up for it to do it in 2 years. You know what I mean? $60. The only problem with that is also the Switch's storage. There isn't enough as far as for just DLC. But you could also release the game if it can fit in there. I'm assuming it can, because you can make them as big as you want. But, as long as it physically can fit inside of an SD card slot, SD card type slot, which is what the games are. Yeah, I think they're kind of missing the ball a bit, dropping the ball a bit. You know, they could do better. But then again, I don't make the games. I couldn't imagine how much of a pain in the ass making a game is, just in general. Much less, but then again, you know, they're a lot of the people who make games are doing what they want to do. Usually, not always, but I'm sure the majority of people who make games want to make games. You know what I mean? It's not really an industry you get into by accident, or because you just needed a job. You know what I'm saying? That isn't the case. That's the industry that you get into because you want to get into it. I mean, yeah, it helps if you know people in the industry, and maybe that's why you went and did it, because you know people in the industry or whatever. And it just seemed like the easiest job to get at the time. But you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay doing that. It's just really weird. I find logical reasons of the logical backflips that gamers sticking up for bad decisions have to do in order to make them sound even remotely intelligent. Like, dude, that's not how that works, man. Like, most people don't just end up in the gaming industry. You're usually, I mean, some people do, like some positions do, but making the physical games, you don't just end up there. You know what I mean? You have to work to get to that kind of position. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm gonna feel bad for him when a game fails, because that just means you guys didn't make a good game. I'm not gonna feel bad for him when they're walking into a legacy game like Pokemon and they have to program all the They should be programming all the Pokemon into the game. I'm not gonna get mad about that. Sorry, I'm just not. You chose to work at Game Freak. You don't have to work there. There's plenty of other game industry, gaming stuff. You can make your own game, do whatever. But the reality is that you do a lot of logical backflips to make people feel better about this situation. It's like, dude, I don't want to feel better. I want it fixed. Like, it's just sad. You do the same thing with every other fucking thing in the world too, so it's not news. You know? It's just not news anymore. Why are you running? Are you trying to battle me? We'll battle. If Kitty Ursa wasn't in the way, I would have bowed you in the first place. I mean, fuck it. Since I was there, I might as well get some XP from it. Let's use Flash Cat. Just wreck it. But yeah, like there's a lot of problems with Pokemon. One, this game just doesn't run good. Surprisingly, right now it is. I don't, as I say that, it starts slowing down, starts bogging down. That's funny. But, and everybody's shitting on the Switch because of the Switch hardware. It's actually kind of Nintendo's fault. The hardware itself isn't that bad. It's just the way they deal with the hardware. They underclock the Switches so badly. How you doing, Adverse Reality? Could have went about that a little better. We're going people shit and spamming shit. It's dumb. Sorry. But yeah, just the oh shit. I'm paralyzed. I just realized that. I hate the heal button in this game because it doesn't let you do it. Like everything, it only does HP. I didn't mean to check something. I'm going to hit restore. Hell. Really, Luxray is the only one giving me a lot of points. XP. Dude, it felt so much longer than an hour. Yeah, it's just I'm just talking about a lot of random shit. Keeps me occupied. Ha! It failed. You're probably not gonna give me what I want, but I'm gonna battle you anyway. It's like fucking Pokeball, you get beat up every once in a while. What level is this guy at? 25, not bad. Cyclozar is pretty high too. See if you can see any other Luxrays. Just honing on those a bit. Yeah, where's a Fungoose give me? Let's see. Let's see. Or what is it? Is it Fungoose? What's his name? Amoongus. Fungoose is the little one, right? Oh no, but it failed. Ow! Amoongus. That ain't enough. It really isn't, but I roll with the punches, I guess. For a Luxray right here. They're giving me pretty good XP, so. I need to get rid of Dragon Tail. I think it's a dumb move, man. It really is. It really is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just fucking wrong. I guess I'm no Pokemon battling expert, but for grinding, it's not very fun. You just punch them away. I like the animation for it though. It is fun. Just kind of spin away. Getting wrecked, bro. Oh, I had to use scary face. I'm not very scared of you. I wish there were Chanseys around here. Like a shit ton of them. A few more levels. We got to go a few more levels. Hone in on the Lux Rays. Hone on them bad boys. If you guys see a shiny, call it out. 'Cause I'm fucking colorblind. So some shinies I don't even really see. So. I will catch that. I don't know if I have any quick balls or anything, but what Pokeballs do I have right now? Probably none. I might have sold them all. No, I got all the ones I was gifted, some quick balls and some ultra balls, some tire balls, stuff that I picked up. But a lot of the ones I was gifted from Pokedex are here. But yeah. Definitely want to catch shiny. If you see one, yell it. Because I can't tell. Usually. What's Flash Cannon do? I want to see what it does. It's not very effective. Got a Thunder Wave again. I feel like no wild Pokemon actually like wants to fight. They always use like Thunderbolt. Maybe they're setting up for something. Maybe they are. But at the same time, it's like, you're taking too long, bro. DPS is the way to go. No, it is my favorite way to go, for sure. The fuck does Power Whip do? Grass move. It's a really bad accuracy, though. Asking for advice. What does it want to get rid of? Oh, okay, he wants to skip it. It's fine with me. That's what he wants to do. Luxury's over here. What's in this little portal thing? This little raid den. And ask you, that's cute. Ask yous. I like how in this one, when you like go fast and turn, he like drifts. When he drifts. There you go. Like that. He kind of like power slides. Not really drifts, but power slide. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie about that. It's pretty cool. Look at Heracross being a big goober. Heracross, he's kind of like, hi, how you doing? That's what I think about Heracross. What's up, guys? Not that he's mentally handicapped, he's just like always excited to see people. So I wasn't trying to make it sound mentally handicapped, but it kind of could. Hi, guys. He's like a dog. That's what he reminds me of. Like a dog who's happy to see its owner. That's what it reminds me of. Not gonna lie about it. Ooh, you guys are around. Let's see how long you last against him. Don't you attack me, Buggy. Cool. Also paralyzed, I didn't realize that. I forgot about it, I guess. Flash cannon him. He just hurts himself all the time fighting. Can you imagine that? Just like fighting, you hurt yourself all the time. might actually kill himself. My RNG for this paralyzation is really bad. That was fun. Before I go over there and fight the Lux Ray, I use a full restore and go battle the Lux Ray. Not very effective, but it wrecked it. Another Thunder Wave? Come on. Got me a break. Got me a fucking break. My ear itches one second. No, they don't make any itches. It sucks because you got to take off your headphones to itch your ear. That's all. It really has nothing to do with the headphones themselves. They're just in the way. You know how it goes. Then we gotta really think about other stuff coming up too. That's coming up like oh, come on, dude. This fucking thing. Okay, we get it. God fucking damn. Should use a force. Hopefully he doesn't know a move that'll paralyze me. Would be funny if it did though. Would be funny if it did. Just use Dragon Tail, because he can't run, so I'm assuming that means Dragon Tail's effective knocking him away doesn't work either. That's just my assumption. Doesn't mean I'm intelligent enough to say that's the case. It is what it is. Did I miss or something? I must have. I'd rather fight that guy over there. Oh, wow, doesn't do shit. Still knocks him away. That's funny. What moves do you know that aren't that move? Because that move sucks. I don't like the fact that it knocks him away. Metal Burst. Breaking Slice is pretty good. Fucking this. It's just bad, bro. Just a bad move. What other bullshit should we talk about? I'm trying to think of things I would talk about. Kind of hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Go into the red pill thing and say dating sucks now. I mean, it does, but it's not because of the red pill or because of what they're saying. And what they're saying is actually true to a point. Obviously, it's not 100% true. Nothing's 100% true. As I've come to find out the past my lifetime, things don't seem to be 100% truth ever. That or people are lying to us so much that we can't discern whether or not something's truthful or a lie. I'm not quite sure which, but either way, it sucks. Fighting Arcanine, let's go! Look at the good old boy. Look at the good boy. Look at the goodest boy. An upper hand. You have an upper hand there, sir. Sorry, guys. I got your mother or father or whatever the fuck it was. Definitely wasn't worth the XP, but there's a Shinx over there with a good XP spread. Or not Shinx. Luxray. No. Yes. What's the other one's name? Luxio. I called Luxray. What was it? Just stupid. It is what it is. The more I find them, the better off I am. They got lots of XP to give me. Lots and lots of XP. Hey, look at you. Running around like a goober. You attack like a goober. Is it a dog? Is it a cat? Is it a mouse? What the fuck is this thing? I'm assuming it's a cat. Literally a cat. You're almost done, aren't you there, I don't even know how to say its name. How do you say this thing's fucking name? That's crazy. Should really look that up so I know what Pokemon I'm using. Anyone watching has a pronunciation. Let me take it. Little cotton ball shit. Not you, the other one. Look it up. Let me look real quick. Give me 1 second, sorry.
Duraludin.
That sounds wrong. Duraludin? Duraludon? Duraludon? That's how you say it? That's interesting. Not really. Really. Anyways, back to what I was doing. Yeah, you're Swablu, you're wrecked. Just stared at me like, why are you doing that? That guy's really dirty. It's just, I'm not liking it. Luxray, where are you? We need you all the way around here. Need Luxray, 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 Luxray. They're fun to fight. Fight the Luxrays. Fight the Luxrays. Fight them. No, go away, cricket. No Luxrays. Luxray, where are you? Oh, Geeky, where are you? If you don't get the reference, look up CKY Kiki. When I say Kiki, I don't mean kitty kitty. I mean key and then the word key again. Slooseberry Stuber for Kiki. Wow. And then you understand. The retarded error that I did. It was pretty stupid, but it's fucking. Ever since then, I've called every single one of my cats Kiki. That's not their names. It's just what I call their pet name. The pet's name, pet name. I know it sounds retarded. Don't act like I don't know this. The fuck dog is barking like that? Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know if you all can hear it, but I can hear it. It's from outside. My window's closed. The dog's annoying. I thought it was my dog for a second. I was like, this is not my dog. It's too high pitch. It's not like he has a really deep voice. It's just he doesn't sound like that. At all. He's a little yappy dog. He's ass dick. Fucking dogs, man. I have a dog. He's pretty annoying sometimes, but usually he's alright. He does bark a little too much for my liking. But dogs bark. There's nothing I can do about that. I'd be like, hey, can you stop? Actually, he usually listens. Like, can you just stop doing that? You're just nice about it. Not yell at him. I walk up to him and just, like, pat his head and be like, hey, chill out. Okay. My dog's a weirdo, so he's definitely not like every other dog. He's a retard. He's very hyper, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the dog to death, but I definitely want to choose him as the first breed. I actually want an Irish Wolfhound. Love my dog to death, but I do want an Irish Wolfhound. They're just big and goofy. That's why I like them. And they're furry. I like them. Though when I was a kid, I had a pretty awesome Rottweiler German Shepherd mix. First generation Rottweiler German Shepherd mix. It looked mostly like a Rottweiler, except for it had the German Shepherd fur and body. It was weird. Like his head was like pure Rottweiler, and then like as it went down its body, it looked like it formed to be a German Shepherd towards the end. It was very weird. It was a good dog, though. That dog was awesome. He brought home animals. Yeah. Sometimes alive. Like, we used to have these snappy turtles in a creek near our house. He would bring home alive because they would just sit in their shell and just bring them to us. Bugging turtles again. And he did bring home quite a few that were dead. So, a deer, some groundhogs and things like that. Yep. And from what we can tell, he did kill the deer. Unless another dog happened to bite its neck and he stole it from that dog, but it was definitely a dog kill. And we didn't have any, where I live, we didn't have any wolves. There's no wolves there. So... Maybe coyotes? He would have wrecked some coyotes. But yeah, I miss that dog. That dog was awesome. Too bad he got old. Passed away. Too old. Actually, it lived a pretty long time. I think it was like 13. If I remember correctly. I was young, so I don't quite remember. Love that dog. Awesome. Awesome dog. I love my dog to death too. He's cool. Well, I was looking for an Irish Wolfhound, but I got a free Labradoodle who's loud and obnoxious. He doesn't have, like, he's either 0 or 1,000. You know what I mean? Like he's got 2 settings. 0 or 1,000. That's his settings, and they're annoying. Because I would like to see, you know, him become like normal for 5 minutes. Nah, but he's a good dog. Protects the kid. He gets upset at my kid when he leaves and goes with his friends, like, because he's old enough to go do that. Now, go out and be with his friends. And he gets mad when he goes out and does that, because he's like, he's not supposed to go without you. It's like, yes, he is. He's fucking dude. Oh, man. He's allowed to go do things by himself. Nobody goes with my son. It's kind of funny. It makes me laugh. He gets upset about the dumbest shit. Dogs are fun, though. One day, he'll probably be in here. Look at me. He likes to do that. Nah. He's a good dog. I like how he wakes me up. He just lays on top of me. It's the funniest part. He just lays on top of me. He doesn't, like, you know, hit me with it. He doesn't, like, rub against me or anything. He just lays straight on top of me. Like I'm his bed until I get up. Which is when he has to go out. In the morning. And it's funny, you know. He's a good dog. He behaves for the most part. I need to find like a whole group of these guys. That'd be nice. Oh, that's gonna take forever, isn't it? It's gonna take a while. That's okay though. Why are you using Thunderwave again, retard? Did you forget already that you used it? There's another one right there. Volt switch. Noise. Ah, fuck off. I have a cat too. Her name's Maya. She's pretty cool. Had her for a long time. Alright, I'm healing this fucker. Yeah, she's getting old. She's what, at least 12 or 13, close to there. We don't know her actual birthday because when we got her, she was at rescue. Someone found her in a dumpster. So we don't actually know how old she is. Judging by her size, she was probably 6 months old, I want to say. But I can't guarantee that. So I'm just going with like 12. Just go with 12. Seems like the best option. Another thunder wave. The grind is real today, ain't it, guys? Yeah, nobody is up at 80 yet. How many other people do we got? Let's see. We got all the Tatsugiris. So there's 3 of those guys. Flapple. And that's it, right? Yeah. Tatsugiris and Flapples. That's what we got. That's what we got here. Just grinding it out. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had more moves. I wish I would have healed him. Use that ball until it fades. to keep using Roar, I guess, or whatever. I don't know what he used last time. So. I'll probably be on until 9. Jump off. I'll probably do it 7 to 9 for now on, because 6 I kind of came in late. I would like to do 3 hours, but 2 hours is the best I can do every day. Between food, working out, and going to work, all that, that's the best I can do for now. I've been getting a lot of rest recently since I've been doing this, because I've been wanting to do more streams. But I'm going to need to do some stuff to get myself better set up for that. Right now, I'm just working with what I got, but eventually I plan on having a decent setup to do also PC gaming. Pokemon will always be my thing. I do want to play Power World on PC. It sounds like fun. I know there's not much content for it, but I'll probably wait for the next content drop to play it. If my PC is built by them, or a PC is built by them, or if I get my next laptop is going to be gaming, not super gaming laptop, but a gaming, something that can play games pretty well. Not perfect, but pretty well. So I'll probably be doing that and using this computer to stream it for a bit, but I still do have to buy a computer to. Well, I guess I might be able to stream from there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. We'll try tests and stuff like that. But I do want to get a new computer because mine's been long in the tooth. I don't even have a graphics card anymore because I died. I haven't bought a new one. Because I figured if I'm going to do that, I might as well just build a whole new setup because of how old my processor and stuff is. I want a new case because mine's old and actually taken apart, and because I wanted the best cooling option, so I just took it apart eventually. My motherboard died. My first motherboard died. Now I'm on my second motherboard for this processor, and I've dumped a little bit too much money into it already by doing that and buying a Bluetooth adapter. So I'm thinking get a laptop because I need a new one anyways. I also need it for work, for my own other stuff that I want to do, both relating to content creation and my real job, or my job, and because I am thinking this is a job, but as best I can. But, I do have other things to do. And I do want to I also have my own company, which will help with that as well. And that's the goal. Oh, come on. I don't want to. Go away. Oh, Sucker Punch. Good for you, tard. Get wrecked. But yeah, I have plans going on. I'm fixing up my mountain bike. I do want to start doing mountain biking again. I haven't done it in pretty much a year almost. I'd say a little bit less than a year. Because I just haven't cared about it enough to start doing it again, to fix my bike up and go. I don't have the greatest bike, but I'm going to make it better. My goal with this bike is to just make it as good as it can be for mountain biking. So, for a decent price, not too expensive. I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars on it to make it better, but we'll spend a lot. So my plans right now are a wheel set, a better wheel set. My rear hub is bent. The body's bent, not just the axles or anything. So that's getting replaced. Eventually new tires, but I'm not too pressed on that. They're pretty good. Still, hydraulic disc brakes. I already have disc brakes. Cable actuated disc brakes. I want hydraulic. A driver post. What else do I want? I want a lot of stuff. A driver post. New fork. New handlebars. Just lighter ones. Not super light. Not carbon or anything. I'm not going to spend all much money. Like decent aluminum handlebar set. Nothing crazy. Stem. Lighter stem. A little bit lighter. It's going to be a good bike. A good bike to get back into mountain biking. I used to do it like crazy. I had pretty expensive bikes in the past, but I just don't have the money for it right now. If I do end up with the money, I'll be getting Enduro. That's my goal. Actually, I saw a pretty reasonably priced Enduro bike. That Polygon. I might get that eventually, but for now, it'll be that. I also do want to get an e-bike, but for different reasons. There's not a lot of off-roading around here, and I wanted to get a dual sport, but you can't do that around here. So I'm gonna get a bicycle, an e-bike, not a throttle-based one. Ride it on the trails. Not the throttle and pedal. So it is an e-bike, but I think it has pedals. But I also want throttle. I want to be able to do both. You know what I mean? It's nothing against e-bikers. I really don't like them. But since I really don't like electric anything. But it's either manual power or gas power for me usually. But in this instance, since I'm going to be, they're legal here. They're staying legal here. As long as they're marked for the right speeds. To my knowledge, I mean, there might be something going on later down the road, and I'm not registering it ever, so they can fuck off with that. I've come to the conclusion that the only thing I'm ever registering is a vehicle. Never again. Like, if I buy another gun, it's not going to be legally bought. If I ever buy a dirt bike or a non-road-worthy vehicle, like one specifically made for off-road use, they'll never get registered. All that kind of stuff. Like, that's not happening anymore. The government's already pissed me off. I'm done. You know, buying up the register for my fucking truck. You pay for a sticker every 2 fucking years to stay legal. I already paid for the vehicle, man. I already got your license plate. I already registered the vehicle. I shouldn't have to register it every 2 years. Re-register it every 2 years. I shouldn't have to register it at all. It's just my opinion. The government doesn't even know what the fuck I'm doing. The government needs to know less about me. Yeah, I see you. I'm sure there's a Fed watching me now. FBI or CIA or whatever. NSA, whatever. Fuck off, Fed. That's all I have to say. Like, you're part of the reason why I don't like the country that I live in. You break constitutional law constantly. I'm going by your all standards, not mine. And you're just pieces of shit deserve to be dissolved. That's right, you deserve to lose your job. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. You work for the government, you're not a real person. You're not a person anymore. Sorry. I'll give contractors a break depending upon the contract work. As far as I'm giving a break, though. Even if you were working for a government and you're not now, you're still not a person. Sorry, it's just what it is. You don't have to like it. Tough shit, FBI. Tough shit, NSA. Tough shit, CIA. Tough shit, any other governmental agency that watches computers. You're all a bunch of fags. That's all I have to say about it. He's already at level 80. I didn't even realize it. Who else did I have to work on? Flapple. Is there one that I really care about that I have to work on? Doesn't look like it. Just these guys. Tatsugiri, which is gonna be a pain in the ass because they're not that great. I actually don't like Tatsugiri at all. It's a nice little trick they do with the other one, the Dozo. But if they, the only reason I have them in the first place because they're available here. And yes, I have both all three. All right, I'm gonna go to the back real quick. Right back. Enjoy some music from Professor Oak's Labs YouTube channel. He has a 24-hour live stream of just Pokemon music in it from series, from the show, from the TV, movies, from the games. He's got all of it. Enjoy. And I'm back. Let's do some Digi game playing. Good old Gym Leader victory victory. Gold and silver. The last thing we were watching was on, but let's keep going. Alright, this Pokemon isn't that great. Now it's for the So this will still help a lot though. Now let's keep it going. Battle some Pokemon. Keep the XP grind going for these guys. Alright, let's heal you up, then give you the egg too. The lucky egg. That's how I meant to do. Use a full restore just because you're paralyzed. And then give you an egg. The lucky egg, that is. So you can level up quickly. We're gonna go back to fighting some gold ducks and stuff. Because steel wasn't really good against gold ducks. Dragon normal should be fine. Use bite. Because I want to see it. I also want to see how much damage it does. That's really the most. That's the reason I want to see it. But anyways, yeah. Get him. Lux rays are nice because they have high XP, but that's not why I was going after them. The steel type that I had, steel dragon type. I know steel isn't good against electric either, but it's not bad either. It's better than fighting gold ducks and dragon version. Plus Cyclozar is almost done. Get him done, that'd be great. So I don't ever look. He's a cool little Pokemon though, I have to admit. Like, you know, they have Pokemon you can just ride around. It's neat. Two more levels to go. We're battling you, you little shit. I wish you were the Dragapult, but it is what it is. So after this, I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Arceus Legends. After this, after I get all the Violet and Scarlet shit done. Which is a long time, by the way. Like, I still have to beat Penny the Elite Four, Arvin, do the end of the game stuff. What's his name? I probably said his name wrong. But yeah, that's essentially what I gotta do. That's what's left. And what I had, the stake Pokemon before I even go to Kitakami. That's how you say it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not good at pronunciations or any of that shit. So yeah, and then I have to do all that, all the legendaries there. Go to the store, get the legendaries there. Do that. Legendary / mythic, then go back to Blueberry Academy. Fight the Elite Four. I don't really have to unlock stuff, but I will, because this game has other stuff, other legendaries I can catch now. Go back to home. The ones that are in the Pokedex, the ones, the post-game ones. Get those. We're talking to that guy at Blueberry Academy. That's. I'm thinking going back to Arceus Legends because I missed that game. I keep so. I need to get this done. If I don't get this done, I'm gonna be annoyed. That way I know I played the whole game, I can get through it. All that shit. I have to do Sword or Shield eventually, I'll probably do a playthrough of that. And then do a playthrough of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I think I'll be done. Hopefully I'll be done before ZA comes out. That would be nice, I'm not gonna lie. I can get all those done before then. But when that comes out, I'll be moving to that game anyway, so it don't matter what I'm doing. That's why I want to finish this Arceus Legend, see if it's continuation or a totally different story. It'd be cool if it was continuation. It'd also be cool if it was just, you know, another story. It wouldn't really matter to me either way, but you know, judging by how they did it, they're probably just gonna make the old-timey, whatever era they're gonna be in, version of your character in the regular games. But if it was a continuation, I think that changes is really the hat. Gen 4 and Gen 6. The character design's pretty similar. Very similar. If I remember correctly. It's been a while since I played X or Y, so keep that in mind. I'm just glad all the Alcremies are available in this game too, because to do it in Sword and Shield is a pain in the fucking ass. But then again, I don't know what sweets you can get in this game versus the other games, versus all that shit. So that's another problem. Look into that. I do need to get all like Alcremies too. I keep thinking about that. Or Alcremie. Yeah, Alchemy. Alcremies, have to keep getting them. Yep. Gotta get all those too. So I have a lot left to do in Scarlet and Violet. A lot. Pretty much. When I get down to the end of the game, for me, why did I run? That was stupid. Run into you again because I'm a dumbass. We'll probably head to Arceus Legends next to see. Get away from the main series game and play something a little different. And then if we run out of all that stuff, I can always play Legend of Zelda. I do like the Zelda games. Mario games, maybe Mario Odyssey. I do like Mario games. I do like 3D Mario. I like all of them. Not that I'm a huge Nintendo fanboy. I'm not. I used to be a Halo fanboy. Not fanboy in the bad sense, but in the sense that that's all I cared about. That's all I played. Like, for real. I mean, obviously I took extended breaks for different new games to try out. Even new Pokemon games to play. You know, I think I put 192 hours into X. Still never finished Y. I played. When I say I haven't finished, that doesn't mean I haven't started. Like I just started it. I mean I've played most of it. I just haven't finished it. I haven't played. Yeah. So I mean, really, the only difference is going to be the. What do I have left in that? I think the only thing I have left in that is to catch Yveltal. I should probably do before the bank goes. But. Also just wait for the next raids in Pokemon Go too for them. Is there any Yveltal? Like I really can. I got a lot of shinies stored up from Pokemon Go and this game, and yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of shinies, mostly from Pokemon Go. I'll say that they're mostly from Pokemon Go, but I got quite a few my first playthrough with Scarlet. I got Skidoo, Go-Goat. They just happen to be wild, and I caught them, and they're different enough to where I can tell. Spinarak, a Hoot. What else? A Chansey. Which I didn't even think was shiny. I was just like, is that shiny? Because it was nighttime, so you couldn't really tell. Because really, if you think about it, it just added a layer of darkness that was a little bit darker than the regular one. Or the regular shiny during the day. What was the other shiny? I feel like I caught another shiny. Maybe I didn't. Oh yeah, dude. Alolan Geodudes from. I call two of them. What's it called? Scyther's newer evolved form. Weavor. Yeah, I did that. I have one of them too. Caught a shiny. I only went out there twice, and the second time, the first time was to get the first one. The second time I got the shiny. I was like, hell yeah! This is awesome. I'll have to do a video or something of my shiny collection as a whole, both between Pokemon Go and. I do have some shinies in Pokemon Go that I haven't transferred to home yet, like a Darkrai. What else? Some other legendaries that I got from raids, and then just some I haven't transferred yet that I caught in the wild or hatched. I'll figure that out here soon enough. Eventually, I mean, I have quite a lot actually. Well, I was actually kind of surprised when I saw it. I was like, I don't really shiny hunt or look for shinies except for in Pokemon Go. Like, it's the only time I ever look for shinies when I open Pokemon Go. Never any other time. I don't ever really look for shinies when I'm playing. When I happen to see them, it's great. I'm sure I've passed shinies and didn't even realize it. I'll admit to that 110%. I'm colorblind and I can't see all the colors correctly anyways. It helps that they're completely different colors and they look different. They look weird. I'm not completely colorblind, obviously. I'm red-green colorblind. So yeah. Hard for me to find a shiny in these games because of the lighting and all that stuff. Just in general. Like if Pokemon Go, like I know you can run up to it and it does a little pring, but you can't run up to every fucking Pokemon. There's too many that spawn. There's just too many fucking that spawn. Maybe I'll do some shiny hunts, but it's gonna take me years to get to the shiny hunt point. Like for real. It's not even a joke. Because I want a complete Pokedex, and 2 of them aren't finished. And my goal this year is to get through all the Pokemon games I have, and Shield. So Sword and Shield, and all the other Pokemon games I have. We'll do a playthrough of the story real quick, and I need I have one in Pokemon Home, but I do need a Regieleki. I might have transferred one from Pokemon Home to get the Pokedex entry. I didn't need to catch that from the game, the Shield game, I have to remember that. And I need to get the Calyrex with the ice horsey. Because I have the one with the ghost. And I just call it the ice horsey. So. By itself. So. In, the DLC. I'll move you in here first because you're the lowest one right now. Hopefully you'll get some. Did I take that egg away from him? Okay. But yeah, the goal this year is to finish all the Pokemon games that are out on the Switch. That way I'm caught up. And if the Switch 2 comes out, or whatever they're going to call it, comes out, that's fine. I'll get that too. As long as the old games last on there. That's the only thing I'm worried about, really. But I think that is going to be the case, because they're going to be using the same kind of hardware. There's going to be ARM. They're going to optimize for it. That's the best way they can do that. And I hope they unlock the power of this and the next one. I don't want it to be underpowered because you want it to underpower it. You know what I mean? I don't like that idea. I just don't like the idea of that. Like, genuinely. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not hating, but I want to catch up because I only missed I never had to really catch up. You know what I mean? I always bought at least one of the games, and then played at least some of the other ones too, like Platinum, Black and White, or yeah, Platinum, like Diamond. Like after Gen 3, I kind of gave up on giving too much of a shit about Pokemon. But then when I had the 3DS, I got back into it like hard, like crazy. Like I started playing all the time. Ruby, Emerald, the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire were good. The remakes of Diamond and Pearl were horrible. I still have to play Pearl too, which kind of sucks. I gotta play that game. I gotta finish getting the legendaries out of the Diamond game. I gotta finish a lot. So we have a lot to go in the next year. So I gotta start streaming every day. Or at least almost every day. I'm gonna have to take some days off because of family obligations. Other obligations that I might pick up on. But I'm gonna try to stream every fucking day for now. And just keep going. My goal is to just have fun while doing this. But I do want to catch up. And we'll move on to other games if I happen to complete all the Pokemon games. Because the hard one is going to be the Arceus Legends with the Pokedex. Because you have to actually complete all these tasks with the Pokedex. You know what I mean? With different Pokemon. And it's just annoying. And, you know, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because you really got to watch. Back, it's not like in this game where you have all the info in the Pokedex. You're essentially just unlocking the info that you see. We have all the known info that you that science knows, whereas that the science knows the time in that area. But this is like, oh, you're making a fucking Pokedex. You know what I mean? Sorry, I hit my thing and got them on it. Wiping it off. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to grind a lot the next year. But I also have to do other stuff, like I gotta go mountain biking. That's starting back. I can ride to work 3 days a week because I only work 5 miles away. It's like perfect for me to stay in shape and, you know, still also be able to work out, things like that. You know, I still gotta just not only do my ride back home, which takes a pretty long time, mostly just because of the traffic of the main road I use. But sometimes obviously I take back ways, you know, to do some trail riding. So, sometimes I take long ways home, do some trail riding, things like that. So it's not going to be as consistent during the summer, spring, summer, and fall, or even winter. The only time it's really going to be consistent is between the darkest time of the year for the northern hemisphere, which is the winter. You know, and plus we do the whole, what do you call that, daylight savings time thing. So there's going to be parts of the winter where I'm literally just riding to work and back, but I do want to keep doing that. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually. That's why I'm going to try to do fun stuff with this and gaming. You know, and record it. I don't know if I'll ever have a camera, like, to where you see me, but maybe one day. We'll figure that out. Maybe I'll put a goal behind it or something. But yeah, I'll have to incorporate some stuff too into the playing of video games. I think. As well. I think my Twitch and my Kick will just have everything because they are a live stream service and they're not an upload service, and I don't feel like making another account for a different thing for those. I'm really focusing on YouTube and Rumble, mostly Rumble, That's why I'm gonna have another account. That's why I'm gonna have in those areas. I don't think it's worth me having another account for live streaming a different topic. I'll just do it on my main channels. And then I'll have this channel for gaming and this channel for mountain biking. So, and they'll overlap a little bit. Like I will go play like what I'll probably do is go play to where you see me go play Pokemon Go, wear it while I'm playing Pokemon Go, and catching Pokemon kind of videos, just to get you guys to go over to my mountain bike channel too if you're into it, or if someone comes across Pokemon Go stuff, because they like Pokemon Go but they also like mountain biking, they can cross over too. Not saying it's a huge market, because I want to hit both markets. I want to hit both markets with both channels. I hope that there's enough cross-pollination to where people come to, the people who aren't really interested in gaming are just coming to my channel for the content that I create, not the, or just if you want to say me, sure, but for at least supporting of me, like, you know what I mean? My goal is to make this channel get as big as possible while making content where I can put it out weekly for the, or maybe daily even, for the mountain biking stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a new GoPro. Thinking about it, because if I buy that I need batteries. I have a GoPro 8, Hero 8, and it's pretty good. But I need new batteries, and if I'm gonna spend a bunch of money on batteries, because I had a whole bunch of batteries, if I'm gonna spend a bunch of money on the batteries, if I can even get the batteries from the OEM anymore. But even if I can't, if the amount of batteries that I had costs half the price of the new GoPro, I'll probably have to go with that. And the batteries will probably last longer because they're not dead. They're not third party. You know? That's one of the reasons why I'm gonna get a laptop, because then I have another machine to make videos at a timely manner, and then also stream, because I can use this for streaming for a long time, but then use the laptop for streaming when I'm not using it for making videos. My Gold Dog really wants to get my attention. Get this guy all the way up there to 80. He's almost there. He's 77. I just like battling Gold Dogs. I don't know why. Go battle a bunch of stuff, but Gold Dogs are my jam, man. Battling Gold Dogs. Pokemon that I was like definitely afraid to fall in front of in Gen 1 the first time I played it. You know? They just kick my ass trying to catch it or trying to do whatever. But then again, I was a low level. You know? I just came to a weird realization, and I don't know why I was thinking about this. I was thinking through it before I mentioned it. The riding styles of the two trainers from Scarlet and Violet, even your own, even if it's the exact same Scarlet and Violet stuff, they would have to have completely different riding styles. Pokemon riding styles. I don't know if I want last resort. I'll do that then. I'm not going to force you to have a move unless I actually need it. What the hell is that? Oh, a Scyther. Ah, fuck off. Unless you're shiny, I don't care. I don't see any shiny, so I'm assuming it's not shiny. This is not a good move to use against him, but I will use it anyway. Kick his fucking ass. But yeah, I was thinking about it, like, cause his is more like a boat, right? It's heavy, it's kinda, you know, boaty like, cause it's like a vehicle, like an actual, like a motorized vehicle, cause it's electric, right? The other one's like riding a horse. A ridiculous horse. I don't know why that came to mind, but it definitely fucking did, and I have no clue why. I don't know. I'm sorry. Get wrecked, little me. Where did bigger me go? That Golduck booked it, bro. He's like, this guy's been slaying Golducks all day. He's gonna fuck me up. As I hit a Dratini. Look at that giant Golduck next to that little Golduck. I like how they show size differences in the real world. I do like that. I like it a lot, actually. Probably too much, to be honest. Dude, he's been wrecking Golducks all day. Sure. No, I'm gonna need Fire Fang, bud. Sorry. That's one move that's kept me in check. I'm dead serious. It always surprises me when it needs to. You can see the splashes and stuff from him doing his thing. It's kind of funny. They're probably sitting there thinking, what the fuck do you have against Golducks? Well, I mean, every game except for Yellow and Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, I've chosen the Fire Starter. So I think I'm gonna stick with the Fire Starter forever. It feels like. I was thinking about that just now. Every Pokemon game that you can select a Fire Starter, you select the Fire Starter no matter what, even if it's supposed to suck. By the way, none of them suck. They're not. Some of them aren't as good as others, but none of them really suck. I've always been able to get through the game pretty easily. A little bit of over leveling in the first couple gyms, and you're good. I'm dead honest with you on that. Even though Charmander's the worst choice in Gen 1, and the best choice is really Bulbasaur, not Squirtle, but Bulbasaur. It pretty much tells me that, you know what I mean? Gen 1 was more every time I think about it, Gen 1 was way more complicated than I think about it. Every time I think about it. For me. I mean, yeah. I like the challenge because it's not too challenging where you can just be like, oh, I want to just over level a little bit here in this Viridian Forest. In the cave, so you defense skills. You know? But it was so simple, too, at the time, you know? It's kind of crazy how now they even have just different sizes showing on the map, in the overworld where they're walking. It's kind of crazy how much it's changed. You know? And a lot of these changes, they probably wanted a long time ago, but they just didn't have the power to do it. Because they stuck with the handheld for a reason, because they wanted you to play with your friends. That was the whole point of Pokemon. It's kind of just crazy how everything is now with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like we saw a prime example of this. There's two Golduck over. If you scroll back on the stream, there's two Golducks swimming into the wall, and one's bigger than the other. Pokemon Go did a pretty good trick on that too. They had to trick it though. They just brought the Pokemon to closer to the point of view, which is funny, and further away for smaller ones. It's funny. To be fair though, Pokemon Go's kind of crazy. I wish it was more like the regular games, and that's what everybody was hoping, but it's not. Like, it would have been nice to like have to travel to get Pokemon. That's what a lot of people were betting on. I knew my one friend, he was gonna do it. He was gonna stream and make a YouTube channel of him just playing Pokemon Go and traveling the world. He even made a special, well, not special, but a battery that made a bunch of different. He even got a battery made for his backpack. Well, he made it. That it was a bunch of battery banks that were small and light enough to do, and wasn't one of those big ass ones. He had that all wired up. He invested in. He had some money stored up. And was investing in all the Pokemon Go stuff that was coming out beforehand. Yeah, it just wasn't worth it. He was gonna quit his. He was gonna quit his job to travel the world to do it, and hopefully make money. And then it came out, and it was nothing like we wanted it to be. But I get why. I can understand why they do that. I'm not stupid. It's actually smart what they chose to do over what I'm saying. Because then everybody has access to almost every Pokemon, and if worse comes to worse, you have to trade. You know? But like, it would be nice to. The whole point is it been like an actual real life Pokemon, like just in a game. You know what I mean? You would travel the world to. I keep hitting uses like to catch all the Pokemon. And that would have been an awesome game. I think they should have had that as an option. It would run off the same servers, just split off in two pads. Maybe have a paid option where it's like that, because you make money off the content. But nobody would opt in for that, unless you were making buttloads of money off of it. You know what I mean? Fuck off, Golduck. That would have been a really cool game, though. That would have took some real time investment and money investment. Like, that would be a task. And, yeah, I know they want their game to be more accessible by everybody, but at the same time, I feel like you would have the locals. You know what I mean? You would have the permanent locals that don't travel the world. And just... that would have been just insane to me. You know what I mean? I think they should do that. I think they should make a second game called Pokemon World. And it actually does that. After they make after they make the whole Pokedex in the game, they can just transfer it over into the same type of game, just you are at this premium where you have to travel the world to do it. Or I guess it would be a premium, because traveling would be premium. But it would be cool to do that. Like, I know they do that kind of, sort of, with regionals, but it's not that crazy. And you can just remote raid now, so it's kind of lost that kind of feeling. But, you know, we were all kind of hoping if you went into the woods near your house and stuff, and cities would suck for Pokemon training at this point, except for video coming together to trade and stuff. But like, you would have factions, and you would have trainers that specialize in like one Pokemon. Which to me is fucking crazy. Like, it would be just like the show, kinda. You know what I mean? Like, you had that one guy who had this awesome fucking Sandshrew. He was a bit of a dick of a trainer. You know what I mean? You had that one guy who just left it charming. You know what I mean? Oh, we'd all be guilty of leaving our Pokemon behind. Unless they were going to give us infinite box space. Or we were supposed to, like... yeah, or we were just stuck with the ones we got, and we got to just do our best. And the battles would be a huge key part, and you could battle each other, only next to each other, like near each other. That would be pretty crazy. I don't know if they could do it, though. Because that's a lot of stuff talking. It's a lot of stuff talking. That server's talking to phone. Phone saying you can battle this person or not. That would be an epic game, though. Maybe they should make an augmented reality game like that. That would be cool, actually. I didn't want to fight you, but I will. Because you're here. Use outrage. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of connecting. I mean, you could do it. They could do it. It would just take a lot of work. You have to reprogram it so you can't train your battle from anywhere. You only do it from within the circle. Stuff like that. It'd be cool to see the trainers on the map too when they're playing the game. Only when they're playing the game. Not when they're not. I think that is possible. Pretty possible. I also wanted to see it on the Switch itself, though, which would have been pretty cool. Pretty fucking epic. I would have bought that. If they can do that with the next one, I'd be stoked about it. Has a touchscreen. You know? Better than buying your kids a tablet. They have a tablet right there. The Switch. It all runs the same architecture. But yeah, I would like to see something like that, to be honest. Like, you have to actually go to somewhere where there's water to see water Pokemon. Whether it be a river, or a swamp, or the ocean, beach, bay, whatever. You know? Alright, 77. Alright, let's keep it going. I've done a lot of work though. Got a lot of them done today. Probably be grinding and talking for a little bit. Tomorrow too. I think I might do 7 or 9 on the weekdays. Weekend. You know? But I gotta work out, I gotta do my stuff too, and live life and all that, so I'm gonna try to shoot every day for a little while, see what happens. But yeah, I just want to have fun playing Pokemon. Streaming it and making content on it. And making other content. So I'll have to figure out like a whole thing. I wouldn't mind making other content about it. Like maybe doing one where you just like break up the story. Do my first playthrough as a story of one of them, and then the other one I would live stream. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking for the next games. Or the next game. The next 2 games. Maybe I'll do like with Legends ZA. I'll just stream because there's no 2 versions. I think that's a good idea. And just play through. Nah, that's a lot of time playing. Because you have to record it and then edit one and then also play at night. Essentially, I would have to be like doing this for full time for a little bit. You know? That's all I want, really. Like, straight out, that's all I want. I would like to, you know, for a little bit of stream non-stop when Pokemon games come out. That's it. And make videos all day. Have it editing in the background to release for the next day, or for right around the same time. Like, just do each gym and make a series out of it. I want to do a lot. Let's just put it that way. Talk about super bullshit and also play video games while making videos. I'd like to do that for the Pokemon games. It'd be cool. So, we'll see if that ever happens. Probably should have did that with Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Should have got them both at the same time. She just took the... Do a struggle. Gotta do it every once in a while. It'll make it tougher to struggle a little bit. Let's go Healy Heal. That would be cool. Pokemon Go major releases I like to do. That's kind of hard though, because I can't really live stream those. That's gonna be at the video series. It's not because of my phone. I just don't like live streaming Pokemon Go. And it's not because of like what people will think when I'm talking to my phone and shit all the time and all that. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about just paying attention to chat, paying attention to all that kind of stuff, like what the stream quality is and everything. Try to figure out the best way to go about it and how to set up settings and all that shit. It just isn't really worth it. I've tried it a couple times. It's not worth it. Be better as a narrative video, I think. And by when I say narrative, I mean like narrative driven, not like just information, obviously. You should keep missing. Yeah, you gotta be a little bit better than that, bub. But yeah, the ideas I have for the channel are gonna come to fruition eventually. It's just gonna take some time. The channels, because I'll probably live stream the videos to Twitch and all that as well, so they're on there for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just having to play in the live stream. And just go with it. And I guess sit in chat or whatever, or like have a release for it, right? He's almost done too, which is good. So I kind of want to stop streaming. I got a couple more minutes till 3 hours. I kind of rather leave on like a 3-hour mark, like an hour mark. Then you know. Like a random ass number. You gotta be a little strict about it too. I'm not gonna be lax about it. I gotta be a little strict about it sometimes too. I gotta be more in time though. Like that's another problem I have because you know things get carried over. I have other things that are priority. You know what I mean? If I could just quit everything and be a streamer today, I would do it. But I can't. Quit my job and be a streamer today, I would, but I can't. And then maybe I can get my friends on some of this stuff and have them bullshit and have fun and all that. People are making some really creative content throughout this year. Like I see so many people doing these like CG models of different characters in videos and stuff. And I'm like, that's actually really cool. Like that's really fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. I mean it might not be as hard as I think it is, but like it seems pretty good and pretty flowy, and you know, you see animation too, people drawing stuff. And putting it as a video, like an animated video, but with audio of something else. You know what I mean? From a gameplay or whatever. I think that's really cool, the way they do that. But with that said, it takes a lot of time, effort, and money. So. The only reason I'm doing it is to reach out to people, you know, maybe people that I don't know, or people that are decent, I guess you would say. to a point, obviously. I just really want... It's really about my opinions on the game and whatever we talk about. It's just random shit sometimes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's not fun to talk about, sometimes it is. It just depends. Did I leave the egg on that little bastard? No. Okay. I thought I made the same mistake. But I didn't. I don't even know what I want for a Vapor round. It's fine. It's my hate for the EV. That's a shiny. 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 We got our first shiny, boys and girls. Oh, man. You're getting caught right now. Go quick ball. No. No. Alright, what other balls? What other Pokeballs do we have? We have Ultra Balls. Bag. Or no. Yeah. We have a couple Tire Balls. We have a couple. I'm also using that ball. Here's a bug Pokemon. Yeah, boy. We got a shiny. That was random. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna battle these guys. And fucking shiny shows up. Grinding out. Get some shinies, baby. Get some shinies. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. You know. Full odds shiny. That's what you're gonna see with me is a lot of full odds shiny. You're never gonna really see me shiny hunt too much for anything. More of an accidental thing. Full odds. And who knows what I've missed in the past that I just couldn't tell. You know? Because I'm colorblind, if you don't know. I just knew Heracross wasn't that bright. That's what I knew. Why do I do that every time and it's never worth it? But, yeah, that's awesome. I got a shiny. We'll have to take a look at it in a second. Look at his stats. Maybe give him a name. What should we name him? That's the real question. What should we name him? Or her. Let's look at this bad boy real quick. He's going to be in our box. He's going to be in this box because... Oh, he's right there. I'm just blind. Alright, so... check summary. There he is. Is it he or she? It's she. There she is. Look at her. Look at it. Look at it. We can change her nickname. What should we call it? Yeah, I'll just leave it. And it's a fighting terror type. That's neat. Not a bug, but a fighting. After this battle, I think I'm done. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will see you later. It's getting late. I gotta take a shower and go to bed. Have a good evening, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Now enjoy some music, and see you later. They're not ending stream. What happened? That's weird. My ending screen's like retarded. Oh, it says my return screen. Oh, that might be because of this. Hold on. No, huh? I don't know what happened, but it got messed up. Alright, guys. See you later. Have a good night. Enjoy some Pokemon music, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.